Jamie with the line ball, thankfully fully recovered. Lovely ball. Oh, yes, Desi has it outside the 45 to Patrick Curran. Fagan is outside. Fagan in space. Must have a goal. It's a goal! What a goal by Waterford. Where would you get it? Brilliant bit of interplay. Desi's involved. Patrick Curran, a lovely deft touch. And Fagan back at the net, gets a no touchdown.
I just said to a minute ago, Kieran, massive work from Desi, great hand pass. And one thing Jack Fagan can do, Kieran, he's under pressure there so he can finish the ball. Massive goal for Waterford.
116 to 9 points. They're looking for the big men inside. They have two of them inside. Ball breaks. Out comes Sean O'Brien. Good play by the De La Salle keeper. Clears his lines. Out comes Michael Kiley in space. This could be a chance for the young Abbey Sideman. Will he take on his marker? That's exactly what he's done. Kiley coming up the line outside the 45. He'll back himself. He has a look. He takes his shot. It's over the bar. Michael Kiley, you beauty. Over the bar it goes. Great score, Michael Kiley.
It's the winner, Kieran. That's the winner. That's the insurance point.
Bennett brings it out. Takes it down brilliantly when he needed to. Standing near the sideline. Has a look into the city end. It's over the bar. Class personified by Bennett. He's dead. Pat, I met him before the game. He'll be thrilled with his performance, with all the Bennett brothers' performance, and with the Waterford team. Super score. What a heart-stopping finish to this. 14-man Waterford. The score, 320 then, isn't it, to 130?
130.
Yeah, 29, sorry, is a 4-point differential. Shane O'Neill, the manager, is giving Nyland instruction. He's telling him, lob it in. There's a man over to his right, but look, time wasting here then. The 77 and a half minutes. We had a few stoppages. We didn't have that much. The free is taken. Toohey gives the ball with a chance. Oh, well stopped inside. Conor Gleeson has it. Austin Gleeson all over. And Waterford have won an unbelievable game here in Semple Stadium. Down to 14 men at half time. 130 to 320.
Yes, Dan Shanahan, I think you can hear it in your voice how much it meant for you to see Waterford beat Galway. Can you just describe what it was like to be in Semple Stadium last Saturday?
Unbelievable, Tomas. From the get-go, getting out of the car, the heat, sweltering heat, going into the club there, Thurles Stars club beforehand, meeting a few people, predictions about the match. Didn't give us much of predictions, to be honest with Tomas. They were fancying Galway big time. But I knew in my heart and soul there was a great performance in Waterford, especially against the Galway team that apart from 17 has struggled to beat Waterford over the years. So it was unbelievable atmosphere, Tomas, going into the game. The people are enjoying themselves, sitting on the grass, real championship day. I know there's only 4,500 people there, but by God, you could hear the echo when Waterford started winning the game there. The Waterford chant went up big time, and to be up as high up as I could be doing on WR with the radio and with Kieran, to see the pitch and the movement of the boys, the way they can move, was unbelievable, Tomas.
Yeah, what did you like about that Waterford performance last Saturday, Dan?
Yeah, what I liked about it, Tomas, is they got the job done against Laois, where people didn't give Laois the respect, maybe not the management, no, the supporters. That Laois were a good team, had a good victory the week before against a good Antrim team, so they did. And the job for Waterford was to get the job done, but it came to Thurles last week, and Shane O'Neill didn't know what Waterford was going to turn up. Do you know, Galway were heavily criticised themselves for not performing against Dublin in the previous game, but the way Waterford took the game to Galway from the get-go, Tomas, was phenomenal. From the minute the ball was thrown in, you could see the lads were up for it. You could see Liam Carroll was up for it. You could see his management were up for it, and unfortunately Galway management weren't up for it on the other line.
Jamie Barron was the name on everybody's lips, Dan, last Saturday, like undisputed man of the match, 4 points from play. What was he like to work with when you were with Waterford under Derek McGrath?
An absolute pleasure, Tomas, as were every one of them. It was a joy for me to train the likes of Jamie and Bill involved with all them lads down there. It's hard to name one fella, Tomas, but the whole lot of them. They were a joy to train. Love going down there. They were willing to listen. Honest men, come from good families, and Jamie especially had a fantastic game. I think the 10 minutes he got against Laois, Tomas, helped him a bit to get a bit of running into the legs for the game last weekend, and by God did he put up a performance last week, Jamie Barron. But it doesn't surprise me, Tomas, to be honest with you. He's a great lad. He trains hard. He's coming from a hurling and football background with his club, and he's won football titles, so he has as well. So he knows what it takes to be a proper athlete, but he's in 27, I think he's now 26, 27, so there's another 2 or 3 years left in Jamie. But his performance last week, Tomas, he was all over the field.
Yeah, did he make the difference, Dan, compared to the displays we've seen from Waterford against Clare and Laois.
Definitely Tomas, I think he's key to Waterford. He drives them on. He makes the runs. He sets up scores. Gets 4 points last week. O'Brien made a great save. Sean O'Brien made a great save. Who was there to pick up the rebound? Jamie Byrne. Free out again, and his sidestep is unbelievable. I don't want to be building him up too much, Tomas, if I'm being honest with you, because he must try and do it again, and he will do it again next Saturday, and please God, the 1 or 2 games after that are going to come as well, so I'm not going to build Jamie up. He knows what he's done and what he has to do, but he was a great lad to work with.
Stephen Bennett got that spectacular insurance point, and we just heard it there on the commentary to give Waterford that 4-point lead. Why has he hit such a purple patch in his career these past couple of seasons?
He's always had the talent, Tomas. I think with Derek and ourselves there, he was kind of injury prone. He had 2 hip operations, if not 3. I stand corrected on that, but again, he's really took the mantle on since Parry got injured. He took over the Freeds. His confidence has been unbelievable. He's a real leader on the team now, so he was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. He wasn't that leader, but he is now. He's been phenomenal for Waterford, especially again the last time. This was Austin the week before against Laois. Got Waterford out of jail. I thought Stephen Bennett's performance there in the last 10 minutes of the game, when Galway came back, he won his own frees, put ball over the bar, was outstanding. That doesn't surprise me, Stephen. He has the talent, Tomas. Whether it's from play or from frees, he's deadly accurate. And look, he's Liam Cahill, to his credit, his management team, they don't keep him full forward. They give him a kind of a loose role to centre forward. He might be wing forward or in the corner. But when he gets the ball in his hand, he puts his head down and he goes, and he's willing to take the punishment. So he is, and at the moment he's flying. So he is, and I hope it lasts, and it will last for Stephen.
One player that Liam Cahill won't be able to call on Saturday, Dan, is Conor Gleeson. How much will Waterford miss him in defence?
Big time, Tomas. Just my own opinion, I think he's a right man-to-man marker, Scott as I call him. If I'm being honest with you, he's...
I think his teammates call him Ramos.
Ramos, yeah. that answers that question, Tomas. I think he's another great lad. So he knows his limit. He's a tough man. He's been marked before, Tomas, if he plays full forward for his club in football. And when you're playing the Courty or the Strableys or the Dr. Crokes for that matter in the Munster club, he's been marked. So I think he knows how to mark a person too. He's a big loss, Tomas, for me next week, especially with the likes of Bubba's Dwyer or Jake Morris, who contributed 1, 2 and 3 the last day. So he's going to be a loss, but look, Shane McNulty or Shane Fives, I think, might come in there. So don't be surprised if Kieran Bennett might go back corner back or something else happens to the wing backs. But again, that's up to Liam. Liam said it himself, that's why there's a panel there, but he's a big loss to Waterford next weekend.
It's going to be Liam versus Liam on the sideline, Dan. Cahill versus Sheedy. Where can Liam Cahill hurt his native county on Saturday?
Yeah, I was at the league game, actually, did the radio on the league game, Tomas, and I couldn't get over what Waterford did to the Tip that day. Tip came down to win the game. They had a very strong team out, stronger than Waterford. I don't think Jamie was playing that day. And they ran him off the field, Tomas, in Welch Park. And I can assure you, Páirc Uí Chaoimh is as big as Welch Park. I was talking to a good man up there, Shawnee O'Brien from Middleton. He said when you're playing centre back in Páirc Uí Chaoimh and you look left and look right, there's a lot of space between yourself and the wing backs. So I've no doubt Liam Cahill is going to bring what he bought last week to Liam Sheedy's team and his outfit. And I expect he'll do the same thing. I expect they're going to run harder, run faster again, and see the prize is on around the semi-final spot. But I think for Waterford to beat Tip, it's the way that they'll use the ball coming off the shoulder, making them runs. It could make the lad making the dirty run is taking away a player. It's just important the lad taking the ball down the middle, Tomas. So I think he's going to... I'm no expert, Tomas, but I think he's going to play the running game again like he did last week, and I think that's the best way, the best chance to have a beating Tipperary on Saturday evening. Yeah,
Tipperary left Páirc Uí Chaoimh a couple of weeks ago, then with the tail between their legs after that second half comeback from Limerick in the Munster final. What sort of reaction are you expecting from them?
Yeah, I'm expecting a massive reaction, Tomas. They were awesome in the first half, Tomas, against Limerick. Absolutely awesome. They went long with every puck out down the middle, turned the Limerick half back line, got the breaks, popped the pass and goal. And this is without probably Seamus Cannon. He's having I wouldn't say a poor year, but he's not hit the heights that he'd like to be hitting. But Tip are absolutely awesome in the first half. There's a mental side of it for me, Tomas. How will they react to the defeat? Do you know, if you're watching the under 20s, then 2 or 3 days later, 6 or 7 points up against Cork, and they were beaten again. Do you know, so did that have effect? They're going to be a wounded animal, Tomas, I'll be honest with you, but I thought Galway would be a wounded animal too. But Tip to me have very, very dangerous forwards. As I mentioned there, Cannon, Dwyer, the McGraths, do you know, my God, they're top class lads. So they are. And I think if Tip can weather the storm with Tomas at the start and stay in the game, I think they'll fancy their chances. But it's going to be intriguing on the line, Tomas, with the two Liams coming up and down against each other there. And we all know how passionate Liam Sheedy is. We all know how passionate Liam Carl is. And it's going to be hell for leather on the line as well, I'd say.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of spice there, there's no doubt about that. And I suppose Waterford don't have a good record against Tip in recent times, Dan. 2008, since Waterford beat them in Championship hurling. Will that come to an end on Saturday afternoon, do you think?
Yeah, Tomas, I think, I hope it will. I think it will. If you asked me this time last week, I would have been a lot more easier saying a Waterford a big Galway. I thought Galway were very poor, Tomas, I'll be honest with you. I thought they were very poor in their performance, but you could not take away the way Waterford made them look poor as well. I think Waterford go running and play the running game, Tomas. They have a fantastic chance of progressing into the semi-finals. They'll need a bit of luck in that, so they will as well, like, you know, with lads taking their chances, goal chances if they get them. But again, Tomas, it's going to be intriguing to sit down, please God, and watch this game Saturday evening, because whoever loses is gone, like, you know, and like the buzz around the county again, Tomas, the buzz after the match was unbelievable, Tomas. Coming out of the field there was unreal. The Waterford supporters enjoying themselves, back at the heat of battle, going up to Porky Queever, the lads, please God, a good dry day on Saturday as well, and where the space will open up for our lads to exploit the Tipperary weaknesses. Like, believe you me, Tomas, Pádraig Maher, all them lads, they're all great hurlers. Brendan Maher's, they're 32. You look at TJ Reid, he's 34. Do you know, so for me, age is only a number. Do you know, they're proud men. So they're very proud men. I've no doubt Liam Carl will be stressing that too. My name O'Shea, Tommy Dunn, Owen Kelly, great lads in the tip line as well. But they'll come with a bang. But I just hope our lads are, and they will be. And because Liam Carl, if anyone knows anything about tip, it's Liam Carl, like, you know. But again, can't wait down to sit down and watch it tomorrow and shout on the boys and wish them the best luck for the weekend.
Later on in the evening, Dan will be sitting down to watch Cork and Dublin, 7 o'clock in Semple Stadium. Who do you fancy in this one?
Yeah, I fancy Cork, Tomas. Dublin had a brilliant year, Tomas. They had a great win against Galway, but you'll ask the question, Tomas, how good were Galway? Do you know? The fact now, Tomas, they were missing 3 lads the last year due to the COVID. It was a big ask for any team, especially Dublin team. But I'm seeing stuff in Cork that maybe I didn't see other years, Tomas, that the goal that they got there near the end, Harmony gave that extra pass 2 years ago, last year, he'd have tapped over the bar himself, because he was playing well, you know, but he saw that extra and they're going for the juggler every time. I just think they'll have too much hurling for Dublin Saturday evening. But again, the Dubs will come down with a bang, they'll bring their physicality to it. But I said, like Horgan, you know, you name off lads there. Horgan is one, Tomas. Callaghan too is not playing well, but he's dangerous all the time. Barrett, Luke Conley, you know, Harmody, you know, Robbie Flynn. They all have legs. Fitzgibbon and Coleman, like, you know. But very impressed with Rob Downey full back. So look, it's intriguing. And yet, Tomas, if Tony Kelly had hit the ball off the ground, we'd be talking about clear. So you know, so it's interesting, like, you know, and that's not being critical of Tony. Like, you want a man in a position to get it, we'd be talking about clear in the quarterfinals next week. But no, Cork are there. They won the match, so they're there on merit, and I just think they'll have too much hurling for Dublin Saturday evening.
One man who had plenty of hurling, Dan, was Joe Canning. The massive GA news of the week that he's announced his retirement from inter-county hurling, broke the all-time scoring record last weekend. What made him such a great player, in your opinion?
Yeah, Tomas, I would have actually watched a bit last night. It just popped up. I didn't know he was retiring, but it would have popped up with the YouTube videos, the goals he got and the points he got for key times for Galway was unbelievable. He was definitely one of the best hurlers that graced the grasses of the big pitches in Ireland there. He was a fantastic hurler, led by example. Do you know, a leader on the pitch, a leader for his club, Portumna, has Ireland club medals. A leader for Galway. To me, when Galway were struggling in games, you always looked to one man, and it was always Joe Canning they looked to, like, you know. And again last week, that Jason Flynn passed Tomas. You saw that he cut out 2 or 3 lads, bang goal. And I don't think many players can do that, Tomas, only Joe Canning. Even the one he put over the bar there at the start of the second half. It was a foot from going under the bar, if you know what I'm saying to you, from a long ways out. But he was fantastic. The goal he got against Kilkenny, where he caught and swiveled and finished it on the one go. I could be here for the day talking about Joe Canning, but he was absolutely outstanding. Tomas, he's won his All-Ireland medal. Unfortunately, it was against Waterford, in 17. But again, I think he deserves everything he gets. A lot of people won't be happy with the instant. Maybe that's with Conor Leeson last weekend. But again, Tomas, he's been outstanding for hurling, and he's done a lot of work on and off the field for a lot of things too as well. So I wish Joe the best of luck.
Absolutely. Well said, Dan. Well, another big weekend of hurling ahead. The All-Ireland hurling quarter-final, Waterford versus Tipperary, will be our George Corbett squad. A big match on Saturday here on WLR. Join Kieran O'Connor and Fergal Hartley for live coverage from 1:15. Well, former hurler of the year, Dan Shanahan, a pleasure to talk hurling with you as always, and enjoy the game on Saturday.
Well, thanks, Moss.